Well, I always thought I had a good marriage until people started telling me things. If I don't get this thing settled, I'm going to be in the crazy house. I need people to know that I didn't do this. My son was really upset. "You're so depressed, Mom," he said. "You won't commit suicide, will you?"
I'm a forensic psychophysiologist. Psycho meaning mind, physiology meaning body. I study how does your mind affect your body. I'm an independent seeker of the truth. Your lie will affect you. Your lie will affect those you love. You can't run from the truth. I'm Ken Donaldson, the lie detective.
You have more rocks.
What are you going to do with these ones?
Well, Alex, I want you to walk your dog, so take the kids who's...
He's got his bone, he's all chilled out.
No, I told you to walk the
A
dog.
little bit later.
You know, I don't have a perfect
I
life.
just got home from walking.
Do you want to go walk the dog with you, Paige?
I want to.
We have highs and lows like everybody else.
I want to know.
My mom passed away in 2004, and just recently my father also passed away. And that was the worst time in my life. Okay, watch your shoes. He's going to take your shoes. Yep. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning or get dressed or showered. And, you know, I just let a lot of the hurt and anxiety just overwhelm me. That's a nice one. When you shut off the world, you believe these different things that are maybe untruths about yourself, untruths about the world, untruths about your children. You start fretting over their health and their well-being and just nervous and anxious over everything. You didn't. Give me your lunch. But I'm so thankful for my husband and my children and my friends and family who have just stuck by us and helped us to get back on track and love life again. Alex, you bring me that lunch kit without emptying it. Go sneak up on him.
I'm going to be going through a divorce.
Okay.
And,
That must be hard for you. I'm sorry.
oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to prove that I'm not doing what my husband says I'm doing.
I can have an opinion listening to somebody's very sad, tragic story. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it's true or not until somebody's been hooked up to the polygrapher.
Okay. Tell me why you're here.
My husband is accusing me of doing things that I haven't done.
Okay. Any children?
2,
How old?
34 and 35.
Right. You and your husband are separated and...
No, we're still living in the same house.
Okay.
I just haven't given him the divorce papers yet.
Okay. So does he know that you're planning on divorcing him?
Yes,
And-
sir. I'm here because he's saying that I'm sleeping around on him and I'm not.
Right. I can run a test for you for that particular reason. I'm just sort of curious with your story. I just wanted to get some background information from you.
I've been married to the man for 37 years, and he gave me an STD.
When did you develop this?
Well, let's say 7, 8 years ago.
Do you know what the STD was?
It's too long ago, I can't remember.
But if you had to, you could go to your doctor and check your medical records.
No, because I already asked him.
Because your family physician should have a record of the meeting you had with him.
I know, but we can't remember how many years.
So you want to prove that your husband is maybe not faithful to you, but you're faithful to him? Is that not part of your divorce settlement?
Well, he's still not keeping it in his pants, so...
And how do you know that?
Well, because I saw her.
Okay.
Other people saw him.
So the allegation that he's been with other people, you've heard secondhand. You haven't seen it firsthand.
Oh, yes. I have seen it. His sister lives in Dawson Creek. So I got a ride with and I saw them together. Well, I didn't see them together. She follows me all over.
Who is she?
I don't know her last name. I just know her first name.
As?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I go into the mall. She's there. I go into a restaurant. She's parked in the parking lot. They've been together for 6 years.
For 6 years, you believe? You ever confronted with this?
A zillion times.
What does he say?
It's all in my head.
So you seem to think that this Sarah is following you?
Oh, I know she is. My husband keeps giving her the key.
So you believe that he's giving out keys?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. I've changed the locks on my doors more than once, and my husband doesn't even have a key anymore.
How does he get in and out of the house then?
Well, he gets in when I'm home.
And what if he comes home
It's too
early
bad.
from work?
That's too bad. So now when I go to bed at night, I've got one of those locks on my bedroom door now.
Obviously, you and your husband aren't in the same room.
Oh, no, I moved out of our bedroom 6 years ago.
Shortly after this STD
Yep.
incident. Okay.
So anyway, last year sometime, couldn't sleep. I got up, drank about 4 sips of coffee, and I got this dreadful stomach ache. Not thinking, I just dumped it in the sink and made some fresh stuff.
Right.
Didn't bother my stomach at all. I think they put something in it, is what I think.
You think that they're trying to harm you?
That's why I put the lock on the door.
Have you talked about this issue with any of your friends, any of your close friends?
They told me to get rid of the loser, is their exact words.
Yeah.
But not all of them are sticking up for me.
What's going on about that?
Well, they just having a hard time thinking that would do something like that.
What are they saying?
He's working very, very hard. I don't know when he has time to cheat on you. Since he's got this last girlfriend, he wasn't even coming home for long weekends.
He wasn't coming home for long weekends. And now he's coming home. But you think it's because she's close?
Well, of course she is. She's living across the highway in a trailer.
He's got her stashed in a trailer.
I've even seen her come out of my driveway when I'm coming home.
How does she know when you're coming home, though? How is she tracking you?
I don't know. That's why I'm here. Because if I don't get this thing settled, I'm going to be in the crazy house. He even brings her in the house and has sex with her when I'm across the hall.
Does know you're here? Your kids know?
No.
Just bear with me for 1 sec. I don't think she's not in an emotional state of somebody that I think is ready to be hooked up. Her story changes. And I'm not trying to tell you that she's making it up because this is real to her. This is so real to her.
Exactly.
I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I can't make an accurate assumption of what her mental health issue is.
Just because somebody's story does not sound the way you might live or you might think or how a textbook this or that doesn't always mean that somebody is not altogether there. Does she need a female to talk to? I don't know.
Just let me talk to her. I'm
Sure.
going to, just gonna talk to her. Sorry, something just came up while I was out there, so I had to just deal with it. These are questions that I ask everybody prior to ever testing them. They're just things that I need to know. You ever had a polygraph exam before?
Nope.
Never been arrested?
Nope.
Presently taking any medication?
Nope.
Alcoholic beverage in the last 24 hours?
Nope.
General health problems?
Nope.
Have you ever had a consultation with a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
Nope.
And the last time you spoke to your family physician?
Oh, it's been months. Sometimes I just went to him just to talk.
Okay, and about what?
My husband.
Okay.
He said, I'm going to make your life living hell, and I want to make sure nobody believes a word you say.
How often is he saying these things to you?
Often.
Is he doing it every time he comes home?
Pretty well. I just want to...
Get this behind you. Have you talked to your children about this?
Mm-hmm.
And what did they say?
Well, I said, I need a good lawyer. And my daughter, she said, Mom, I know a woman that you need to get.
What's
She's
her name?
known as a pit bull.
What's
My
your
daughter's
daughter?
name?
Yeah. Do you have any concerns if I phoned any of these people? Or
No,
okay, maybe I'll do that before we have another appointment. You're in a very emotional state.
I'm always like this, so
Yeah.
I'm a little more emotional today. I guess it's because I've been talking about it.
Well, that seems to bring it to the surface, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if today is the right day for a polygraph for you. Just because of where you're at and what you've told me, I think I'd like to do a little bit of more research on this. So let me contact them, and I'll get back to you. We'll be able to make an evaluation and take it from there. But before you go, I'm just going to get Leslie to refund your money so that you have it. I don't want to hold your money, so you can just bring it back when you come next time. Okay?
It was very good to talk to Ken. I got everything out, and he's a very good listener.
Thank you. Can I hug
And
you?
I know I'm coming back to get the test done.
You take care, all right?
The red flag on the whole day is I don't think she's coming from a position where she's mentally healthy, where she's able to distinguish what she's maybe afraid of as to what is really happening.
Right.
We're not in business to take money from people who aren't in complete control of their faculties.
Absolutely not. I'm glad that you handled it the way you did, and
No, there's no other way to handle it. That's what we have to do. I'm not the type of person to just leave it. I can't leave it. She's been to my office, I had a conversation with her. She's looking to me for help. Now, whether I help her by doing the polygraph or I help her by making some follow-up calls to her family to see that she gets the help she needs, I'll help her. People who are in need our help. And if we're just going to be a society of people who turn our back on everybody, where are we going to end up? I did have an opportunity to speak to her daughter. It sort of told me a few things about. She said that she believes it's not a secret that her father has been unfaithful to her mother. She felt that her mother may be suffering from some undiagnosed psychosis.
Morning.
so glad to see you again today.
There is a small possibility that we may not run this test again. It's going to depend on this client and how they are when they show up. If she shows up in a state of panic or coming off a period of time where she hasn't slept in days working up to this test, I will not be able to test her. What's the issue that we're going to be testing for
The
today?
issue today is I've been accused of infidelity.
Infidelity?
Yeah.
Okay, and I did get a chance to talk to your daughter, who was very helpful. I got quite a bit of information from her.
Mm-hmm.
She mentioned that you seem to be worried about these things progressively, and it seems to be getting a little bit more worried as time has gone on in this last while.
Yeah.
Now, how long has the accusations of infidelity been going on?
Was had an affair off and on for 37 years. When I accused him of another affair, he said it's me that's having one.
He's
Turned it
turned the
around.
tables around and said, no, it's not me, it's you.
Right.
So that's going to be the parameter of this test that
you
we're going to do,
betcha.
is to see if you've been faithful. Now, again, give me a little background. Has been home since I spoke to you last?
Yeah, lucky me.
Well, tell me about that. What's going on in your home? Are you still in a separate bedroom?
Oh, I'll be in a separate bedroom till I move out.
Okay. Do you feel like he's had anybody in the home since you've been?
Oh, of course.
So at times when you feel there's somebody else in the house, do you knock at the door, ask him to open the door?
No, I just unlock my door, look in, and you can see two people in bed.
So you see the people in his bed?
Yeah, I hear the bed rocking or the hitting against the wall.
So still home?
No,
Present?
he's gone back up to Edson.
Okay. So things have been better for you since he's gone?
Oh, it's always just like a night and day.
Yeah. We're going to design a test for you in regards to the fidelity issue, okay? The questions will be, have you had sexual contact with anybody other than your husband, and all you since the year of your marriage, okay? I may ask you a question like, have you had any other sexual partners other than since 1971? Okay, that's a good question for you. Our test today isn't about her husband or about whether there are people in her room. Our test today is about and whether she's had sexual contact with anybody other than her husband since the time she was married. Mainly, I think it's the accusations that are leveled against her by her husband are not going away. She's
Right.
very hurt by the fact that he
Right.
thinks that she was having an affair outside of the marriage.
Yeah.
So for her, the way she's brought up and the way she thinks,
Yeah.
it's really upsetting to her to think
Exactly.
that somebody thinks that when
Yeah.
he's standing her ground saying that she didn't do it.
I get
Now
that.
let's go find out.
I get that. Perfect.
Now I'm just going to read you these questions. Just answer them how you will in the test, okay? And I'll let you know this as well. This test I'm going to run on you. I'll ask it 3 or 4 times. So I'll run through the series of questions, which is 10 questions. Then I'll deflate the blood pressure cuff, give your arm a little bit of a chance to rest. Then we'll just do it all again. Okay?
Yep.
And I ask you, did you lie to me about sexual intercourse with anyone other than since your marriage in 1971?
No.
Because for the parameters of this test, we want to know, were you sexually active with somebody,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Which is what you've been accused of. You've been accused of having a sexual relationship with somebody other than your husband.
Yep.
And you're telling me it never happened.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So I'm just going to put you in that chair now, if you don't mind. I'm going to do this.
By the way, I asked again if he would go get a lie detector test, and he said only liars need lie detector tests.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. So that's okay.
This test is about to begin. Just remain as still as you can and answer me simply with a yes or a no, please. Regarding your sexual activity, do you intend to answer truthfully each question about that?
Yes.
Did you lie to me about any other sexual partners other than since 1971?
No.
Did you lie to me about sexual intercourse with anyone other than since your marriage in 1971?
No.
Did you lie to me about oral sex or any other kind of sexual activity with anyone other than since 1971?
No.
All right, that concludes that chart. Just relax.
Is there any way that we can put on the one with him giving me STD?
Well,
Put this on there?
can I just explain this to you?
Yeah.
If this test proves that you haven't had sex with anybody else, where else could it have come from?
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Right?
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to inflate the blood pressure
Yeah.
cuff. Same thing, give your arm a squeeze and ask you these same 10 questions again, okay? Prior to 1971, did you ever lie to avoid trouble?
No. I have to change that. I just remembered.
It's okay, we'll change it next time. Just sit still
Okay.
and we'll keep going,
Okay.
okay? Did you lie to me about any other sexual partners other than since 1971?
No. The odd time, and maybe he saw it in me, I got a little nervous. But I guess I'll just wait for the results and see what happens.
Looking at this chart, this individual looks to be a galvanic skin responder. Her responses seem to be more in her GSR, how much her hands are perspiring, more so than in her cardio. The largest reaction in these three is here. Question 4. Prior to 1971, did you ever lie to avoid trouble?
No.
Now, until we get through the other charts, we can't make a decision on whether she's telling us the truth here or not.
Oh, it's going to be just a ton off my shoulders. Like in the divorce, he figures it's going to go to court and it's over my dead body. No, it's not going to court. I'm not humiliating my kids just because of what he's done. I let him walk all over me for years. And now I'm fighting back.
Do you find it empowering for you to be fighting back? Like you're actually doing something about what's going on?
Sometimes. Because he just screams at the top of his lungs and that sort of stuff. So I have to fight back. I can't.
It's easier sometimes to take the low road and do nothing and just sort of ignore it. But you know, sometimes you have to make a stand.
I've done that all my life. Yep, I've done that all my life, and where'd it get me? Nowhere.
So I'm done with your charts. On this test, I can tell you that I will give you a report that says that you were being honest with me about your sexual fidelity and not having sexual contact with anybody other than your husband since 1971. Okay? Absolutely honest with me. All
Oh
right?
no, I know all this.
I know, but this is definitive proof that you can take and do with what you will.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
I feel good. Yeah, it was worth it. He can't say all that stuff anymore that isn't true.
I wanted to give you something today. And I don't do this for everybody. I really want you to know this. That from the time you had come here before to today, I just could relate with you about a few things. I had anxiety and depression and things like that. And there was a book that helped me, and I bought that book for you.
Oh.
You control whether you have a happy day.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I just wanted to give that
Thank you.
to you, okay?
I care for you. Thank
And
you.
I pray you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I hope it's helpful for you.
Thank you.
It felt good to give her those results. She'd been struggling with this for quite some time, that somebody had accused her of doing this terrible thing, having a sexual affair outside of her marriage. She hadn't done it, she was adamant, and she just needed a way that she could prove that she hadn't done this terrible thing. I think it's probably best that you do the follow-up phone call.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure probably in a week, 10 days, let's just give her a call and find out where she is.
She left feeling good and looking forward to going forward in a new life.
Excellent.
You know, feeling empowered. Good for you. Glad she
Right.
chose our
Yeah,
service.
me too.
Yeah.
Are you feeling empowered enough to make me dinner?
No.
No.
How about we go out for dinner?
Oh, we could do that then.
Okay. It's a beautiful day.
know where we're going to sit. Leslie likes to encourage people. She has been in a position herself where, you know, she was maybe doubting herself for a period of time, and she knows what that's like. She knows what it's like to have a feeling that people are accusing her or thinking poorly of her when it's actually nothing she did. Hi, Deb. Good to see you.
Hi, Deb.
So Leslie likes to encourage people, and if she can, she always wants to help people.
I have something for you. I know that you liked that angel.
Don't break it.
No, I won't break it. And so will you like her?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You know what? I just think it's very symbolic. You were over and playing with our kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So I hope it reminds you of your time at our
It's
house
even
and
more
how the
special
kids
than if I would have bought it,
love
so
you.
that's
Good,
great.
good. Because they all said, "Oh, Mom, give her that angel." So I said, "I will." From us to you.
Thank you so
So-
much.